On Abbas Hussain here from FightHype.com, and I'm here with Bryant Jennings. Bryant, firstly, welcome to the UK. How are you doing, sir? When did you get here?
I got here yesterday morning.
How you liking London? Have you been out?
I've been here plenty of times now, so it's nothing to be happy about. It's the norm for me. I put that on one of my tweets. One of my posts. It's the norm for me, so it's all good. London is London.
Let's talk about your fight. You've come here for the official announcement of your fight with Joe Joyce. Talk to me about your opponent, Joe Joyce. We know that he's been to the Olympics. We know what he did in the Olympics. There's been only a few fights that he's had as a pro, but what do you make of his professional career to date?
Professional career to date, he's what, 9-0, 8-0 or whatever. He's climbed up pretty well. He did his thing thus far, and being a silver medalist, that's the type of movement that's expected. So, it is what it is. He's moving pretty well, and but come July 13th, this is his biggest test for real. It's his biggest test. He's never seen nothing like this.
Brian, you're 34 now.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this is the last push for you at a world title, or do you believe you still got quite a few years ahead?
Yeah, I'm vegan. I got a lot of years ahead, but it's all about how long I want to do it. How far I'm willing to take my body. Regardless if I feel good or not. It's how long I want to do it for real.
And just talking about Joe Joyce, a lot of people talk about his style. Where people might call him slow but powerful. What do you make of his style?
Pretty much come forward, overpower type thing. Not so fast. Not so fast. You know what I'm saying? Not so fast, but it's typical big guy. Typical big guy. Not much movement at all.
You're one of the heavyweights that seems to have been around for a long time. I don't think you turned pro in 2010.
Yeah, 2010.
But even for the last 9 years, you seem like you've been around for a long time. There's always your name's mentioned when there's with any fighter. I think when Joshua was looking for an opponent, at some point your name was mentioned. So just talk to me about the experience. How experience plays key on July 13th.
Yeah, well, I started. Remember, I started boxing in 2009, and I turned pro in 2010. So I had a 17-fight amateur career, and then from there, I just literally I showed my natural ability, and I was able to do a lot of things and make a lot of noise. So I've been there. So out of all these guys that's on the podium today, I am the most experienced. And not to say either one of them have the chance or whatever to outshine me or whatever, but at this point right now, I am the most experienced. So experience does play a key part, because when you get up in them rounds, fighting them long, 10, 12 rounds or whatever, and it's just different. It's not the same as stopping somebody in the fourth or whatever. Like it's a whole different ball game when you get up there.
Talking about Joe, you called him a big man. You fought quite a few big men. Quite recently, you fought Dmitrenko, who you knocked out. Before that, you fought experienced men, and especially someone like Vladimir Klitschko. So, what does Joe Joyce, do you believe, have different to anyone else you've experienced, or have you fought this type of fighter before?
Yeah. I kind of. He kind of reminds me of a Bowie Tupu.
Okay.
Kind of reminds me of a Bowie Tupu, but pretty much this whole thing is to overpower. I don't think a lot of times that he has actual game plans, but then again, at the level that he has chosen for his opponents, he might not have needed such a game plan. But you have to start implementing game plans as you go along and as you fight difficult fighters and fighters that do things great, as well as myself. What are you going to do about the moving? How are you going to successfully cut the ring off? Can you move to your right? Which a lot of guys can't. But it's just the in and out, and to just say, okay, do you have an alternative if this guy starts backing you up? And those are a lot of things that a lot of guys like himself, they don't think about, because they think that, oh, this guy's small. I'm 231 right now. So I'm going to be 231 for sure, forever. But this guy's small, so let me just overpower. And then a lot of times, that's not only their initial plan or their initial weapon, that's their only weapon. And so once you take away their weapons, once they empty the clip, then that's when experience kicks in. That's when actual training kicks in. That's when what kicks in, what your trainer is supposed to teach you, to show you, or what you were supposed to be working on. So this here is a big step for him, and even when he listens to this, it'll actually not frustrate him in the sense that was my goal to frustrate him, but it'll frustrate him in the sense of just saying, okay, I have to make sure I have all of these things intact, because what I'm saying is right, and it applies to every guy coming up that thinks that their power is going to take over.